What's good, Commanders fans, and happy Friday. It is training camp day. I don't know. I'm just going to say day 11. That's what I think it is. I'm not 100% sure, but I hope everybody has a great weekend coming up. But I just want to get into training camp, and then I do want to get into what Yahoo Sports had to say about Adam Peters. A lot of it is stuff that we kind of already knew, but it kind of just, I guess, put an exclamation point, or I guess the icing on the cake of how he is as a GM or a negotiator or a guy who, during trades or whatever, or even with his own players, like we are seeing right now with Terry McLaurin, how he negotiates. Does he have any wiggle room? Does he stand on business or what he believes in? And I think the Yahoo Sports reporter definitely gave some insight on that. And like I said, we may have already known that, but now talking about like an anonymous GM said the Yahoo Sports reporter talked about how an anonymous GM had to say something about Adam Peters as well. So I do want to get into that. I guess I'll start with the play-by-play here and injury updates, and then talk a little bit about what Cliff had to say about Terry not being out there, and how it has been tough for them right now. So as far as their functioning offense and getting ready for week 1 against the Giants. But all right, let's start out with play-by-play. So let's start out with Candy Wall. She gives some injury updates. Bobby Price is back out at practice and in pads. Perhaps a good sign. He's cleared concussion protocol. Also, JCM Bill is in pads today at practice, not wearing a no-contact jersey. That's a good sign. Did see that he was returning kicks today, so we'll see if he will be a kick returner. I think they saw what Travion Henderson did. And they're like, hey, why don't we put our rookie running back out there that's elusive, that can make something shake and make guys miss at the phone booth, similar to Travion Henderson. So they probably are copycatting what the Patriots did. But it's not copycatting. It's just, you want to put elusive guys back there for sure. The big news today is Jordan McGee is back out at practice per Candy Walls, and pads, another good sign. A lot of people have been down on him because he's just been in and out of the lineup. This is his second year missing time in the beginning of the season, in the preseason, and in training camp. But I wasn't going to give up on him, just like a lot of people have already. Same thing with Luke McCaffrey, and the team gave up on Dom Hampton. So a lot of the guys, other than Jaden, Mikey, Brandon, Coleman, those are like the 3 safe ones on this team from last year's draft. Obviously, Jaden is safe, and Mikey, and Brandon Coleman. But the other guys, it's like you got to show something, man. From Ben Sinnott to Luke to who else was in that draft? Yeah, Jordan McGee, Ben, and Luke. And I'm trying to remember who else was in that draft. Oh, Johnny Newton too. Like he's not a part of the 3. He's definitely not. Johnny Newton is not a part of that 3 that I named at the beginning of that draft. Johnny Newton, he's on watch too. Like he's got to step up this year too. He's having a better start than Luke and Ben and then Jordan McGee with that forced fumble on Drake May, but he still has to do something, of course, in the games. All right, so Candace, she said Bobby Price is wearing a no-contact jersey, so indicator that he's still in the concussion protocol. She also says that Tyler Owens is back out here and in pads as well. So positive news here with JCM. Looks like he'll be ready for Monday Night Football, and it looks like Jordan McGee, there's a possibility. Wouldn't get my hopes on that, but he definitely could use the reps for sure. So all right, let's get to some play-by-play. Not much because it's like the 13th practice or whatever practice it is. But basically, to sum up the play-by-play, Ja'Cory Brooks had a nice catch from Jaden Daniels. He threw a deep dart deep down the field to the wide receiver for a completion. So Ja'Cory Brooks has been playing with the ones, and that's a good indicator that he could make the team. I think Craycraft, or however you say it, I'll just say River from the Dolphins has a good chance to make the roster too. I really do. But that's a good sign for Ja'Cory Brooks to make a play in practice. Zach Selby also says good ability by Jalen Lane to get separation on Ben Nickel for a completion on a crossing route. So good to hear from Jalen Lane. Ben Nickel is not going to make the team. He's going to be on the practice squad as a special teamer. And then Zach Selby also said good execution by the Commanders starting offense on a screen pass to Deebo Samuel. Working against the second team defense, so good to see Deebo getting some work out there. Ja'Cory Brooks caught another pass against Ben Nickel. So Ben Nickel was getting cooked out there. He was getting cooked. So he's definitely not going to make the roster. And then Zach Selby says a lot of work from Deebo Samuel today, getting a lot of looks in different spots on the field and coming up with some impressive plays. So Deebo was balling out there today. Let me see if there's any other play-by-play. Chris Russell said Matt Gay was 5 for 5 on field goals from progressive distances, starting at about 33 and finishing at about 52. So that is good news about Matt Gay. But I do want to get to today's sponsor. Let's check out Chubbies. What's good, Commanders fans? I just want to give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, Chubbies, man. They have a great NFL collection of gear. This dope polo. They also have a black version of this, or a different type of version of Commanders polo on chubbies.com. They also have swim trunks and shorts, and this has like a really flowy feel to it. It feels like I can work out in this. I feel like I'm a coach on the sidelines. This is so cool. Like, I feel like I'm back in the 80s with this nice design. The W right here and the helmet on the shoulder. I'll show you guys a couple pictures where I wore this polo already. I wore it to an Orioles game, even in Baltimore, they were giving me compliments. That's how dope this polo is. But for a limited time, I want you guys to use my exclusive code Oliver for $10 off at chubbyshorts.com/Oliver. I want to hook you up, guys, with $10 off using my promo code. Also, don't forget this. Chubbies is the ultimate football apparel brand. So much so they created their own fantasy football league. George Kittle, Ian Rappaport, and others have come together to assemble the Chubbies League on NFL Fantasy. Each week, the top 5 scorers will win a chance at a Chubbies polo/shorts combo with their team's logo. The grand champion gets the chance at the ultimate fan experience, a 5-city, 5-stadium NFL game tour with a +1, while the fantasy flop faces a hilarious and unforgettable punishment only Chubbies could pull off. Head to chubbyshorts.com/Chubbies League to learn more and have some fun. Get ready for the most outrageous fantasy football season of your life. So I'm going to put this down. I'm going to put the link down below in the description. I'm also going to pin it in the comments as well. For a limited time, our friends at Chubbies are giving my listeners $10 with the promo code Oliver at chubbyshorts.com/Oliver. That's $10 off your order with the promo code Oliver. That includes the NFL collection. So make sure you guys support the channel and make sure you guys get that $10 off using the promo code Oliver so you guys can look cool, dope, flat out, swagged out with this dope polo. Let's get back to the video. All right, getting back into the video. Oh, yeah, I do have this dope polo on today, too. So make sure y'all check out Chubbies, man, and get this dope polo, man. Almost forgot to bring it up, man. This joint is dope, man. This is like my favorite shirt right now. That's my favorite gear right now, especially for the games where it's going to be warm outside, tailgating. Like, this is tough. This is tough. This is flat out for sure. All right, back to Matt Gay. So Matt Gay had a good day today. That's good because that first missed kick definitely was concerning, but you don't want to mess with his confidence and bring another kicker in. I think that's what Dan Quinn is doing by not bringing in competition. You don't want to mess with his confidence already, bring in competition. So I get that. Excuse me, Jalen Lane caught a crosser from Sam Hartman. Chris Russell also says Bill is back but got blown up on 2 plays. Jeremy Reeves got him one time off the edge. Ben Standing also tweeted out a GIF of a cat like mauling or something like that, like a cat fighting somebody, and that's how he described Mikey Sanders still today. Chris Russell also says a quick incident involving Trent Scott on a running play and a defender as the tackle was made to the ground. So we had a little scuffle today, just very small, not many people involved. Let's see here. Ryan Kerrigan was hyping up Javon Kinlaw today per Linnell Willingham. He says, I know you're going to be violent. If you get your technique down, you'll be a Pro Bowler. So that's huge for Javon Kinlaw. A lot of people are high on Javon Kinlaw. This is what I will say. So I am a little skeptical on Javon Kinlaw. The Niners did not pick up his 5th-year option. He was injury-riddled. Didn't do a great job against the run last year with the Jets. So I am skeptical. I think he can be good here. I think they have a great plan for him. Adam Peters has the familiarity. Dan Quinn wants to use him as an elephant end. But if you really do measure his career, he has been a disappointment for where he has been drafted. And I think both things are true. I think there's potential there. He's a massive human being. He's strong as crap. I think he can not revive his career, but I guess hit the potential that he was supposed to hit coming out of the draft that he never really tapped. I think both things can be true. I think he's underachieved for his draft status. I think that is true so far, but I think it is true that there's untapped potential that I think Dan Quinn and Joe Witt Jr. can get out of him and Adam Peters as well. That's why Adam Peters gave him that deal. And it could be true that they overpaid. Like, if you have that opinion too, a lot of people have that opinion, the 3-year, $45 million deal was too much. And then it is funny that, Adam Peters gave him that deal, but he is penny pinching with Terry. It is intriguing to say the least, but it is what it is on that. But it's good to see Ryan Kerrigan coaching up Javon Kinlaw. So that's really the play-by-play. Bill on kick returns is definitely interesting here. He says that also Eckler says running backs got to make yourself sticky to a roster. That means special teams. Matt Gay played well today too. Cliff says, quote, I think we're kind of at that point to where we need to start getting those guys when they're available out there and gelling to see where we are as an offense. So he wasn't just talking about Terry. He was talking about Brandon Coleman being out. Of course, Sam Cosmi's out with the ACL. Laramie Tunsil's been in and out. Who else has been out? Has Alec Grady missed some time too? Wiley's been fine so far. Biotish has been fine so far, but there have been some guys, and that's why they're bringing in George Fant and Cam Fleming and tackles like that, because they've just been rotating guys in and out on the offense. And then Nate Herbig retires. So, and he was supposed to be an important piece to the backup unit for the offensive line. So, and then Terry, of course, is out. So it definitely has been a lot. And I can see that Cliff is frustrated. He said that there has not been a ton of contact with him and Terry, which is not good. He's been here, but working with the trainers until he gets back on the grass. That's when we'll still be building that back up. But of course, allegedly him, Terry and Jaden are working out in the bubble in the mornings. But there's really only so much you can do with that. Also, JP Finley said just a beautiful throw and catch from Jaden Daniels to Zach Ertz. Jaden loves Zach Ertz. Zach Ertz loves Jaden. He loves Jaden Daniels. They love each other. They have great chemistry. I love their chemistry. And then Cliff talks about how good Jaden's memory is, that he doesn't have to use the thing that they put on their wrist. Like quarterbacks usually put the thing on their arm, like the play call sheet. Like Caleb Williams has it on there. No shade to Caleb Williams. Tom Brady wore it too at times, but Jaden Daniels does not wear that at all. Like he knows the plays by heart, and he really is a general or a surgeon out there with the plays, with the play calling. All right. Let's move on to Adam Peters. Let's finish up there. And then Cliff was honest about the receivers. He said some guys have not stepped up. He did say that. And that's paraphrasing, but he did call out some of the receivers. He was being honest. All right, so this is where I'm referring to with Yahoo Sports. The guy's name is Charles Robinson. And so this is the quote. He says, quote, I think people are going to find out a lot about Adam Peters right now because I do not like negotiating with him. Charles Robinson said another NFL executive told him about Adam Peters on Inside Coverage. Quote, he has an edge to him that people don't understand. And they're going to see that now in this negotiation. So Adam Peters has an edge. I mean, we saw him on the phone with Howie Roseman both years. I remember Howie Roseman was joking around with the in-division tax, but Adam Peters was not taking any mess from Howie Roseman. So that showed me there too. And he came from John Lynch, the John Lynch crew and Kyle Shanahan. Like those guys don't play around. They do elongate the process with contracts, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but you know, it's just negotiation tactics and stuff like that from both sides. Brandon Ayuk as well last year with the Niners. Deebo Samuel took a little while. Trent Williams took some time. George Kittle took some time, and Nick Bosa took some time. But Adam Peters is a guy that stands on business, and he's not going to wiggle or anything like that. It looks like he's not going to budge. They came in with a low ball offer, and this guy Charles Robinson said that Terry and Buddy Baker came in with a high offer or a high request, that they wanted the DK Metcalf money or even more than that. So he also said that no other team wants to pay Terry McLaurin $30+ million, which is intriguing too, because the trade aspect too, like Terry wants that 30+ or 28, let's say 28, but really 30 is they would be very happy with, I would assume. But no other team being willing, because I thought the Patriots would be willing to do that. I thought they would be willing and super happy to trade for Terry and pay 30. You know, because they were willing to do it for Chris Godwin, and they were heavily interested in Terry McLaurin as well. And maybe the Steelers, I thought they would possibly do that too, even after paying DK Metcalf. But that is something too to if that's true from Charles Robinson about the value for Terry and just maybe the trade market dwindling for him and what he really wants. It's like, if nobody else is going to give me 30, then it's like you got to stay here. You know, so. But Adam Peters, man, he has that smile getting off the plane and you know, that demeanor, like he's a super nice guy, which he probably is. Like he checks on the players and stuff like that. So you can be a good guy and a tough negotiator. That doesn't mean you're a bad guy, but for a GM to say that they don't want to negotiate with him at all because they know Adam Peters is not going to move or sway his way or anything like that is definitely what we were asking for a GM. So sometimes you're going to have some tough, uncomfortable conversations and negotiations. And that's what we're getting for Adam Peters. It's tough to see it from a guy that Terry McLaurin has been with the league, been with our team through the ups and downs of the terrible years with quarterbacks and ownership. But I do understand Adam Peters' perspective. But I think $28 million is the right amount, man. I really do. I think 28 should be the right amount. If Adam Peters is still staying at 25, I do disagree with him. But once again, it's still speculation. We still don't know the 100% the number. But I think 28 million per year is super, super fair for Terry. I think 30 is fair for Terry too as well. But all right, you guys let me know what you guys think. As always, if they do have practice tomorrow and updates, I will be making a video tomorrow on that. But as always, Health Commanders, peace. And check out Chubby so you guys can look dope in this polo, man. Peace.